Hello guys. How are you today? I'm doing okay, just a little tired, but I'm fine. Just a quick note. If you love horror, mystery, or dark storytelling, you should definitely check out Behind the Words. They have amazing stories with illustrations that make everything feel more immersive and real. If you're interested, go take a look, and don't forget to subscribe to help the channel grow a little. Thank you so much to everyone who already subscribed, and to the new ones joining us. The link's in the description. Alright, thank you, and let's go. My boyfriend's electric razor was borrowed by his female best friend. When it was returned, it was covered in short, dark hairs. Are these hers? I demanded, storming into the bathroom. Before he could reply, a flurry of mental commentary erupted, like a running live chat. LOL. She's losing it over a razor? Seriously? Imagine if she knew it was used elsewhere, she'd combust. Classic. The jealous girlfriend meltdown that finally lets the male lead realize his true feelings. Just wait. She freaks out. He gets comforted by the bestie, sparks fly, happily ever after incoming. Asher's annoyed voice pulled me back to reality. So, what if they are? We're best friends. Stop being dramatic. I smiled, handing the razor back. It's yours. If it doesn't bother you, I don't care. Asher was obsessive about cleanliness, bordering on OCD. Since moving in together, I'd kept the apartment spotless, hand-washing and ironing every piece of clothing, mopping twice daily, and changing the sheets every 3 days. Normally, I would have scrubbed that razor spotless before returning it, but this time, I didn't. Asher blinked at me, stunned. My mental live chat exploded again. Wait, she's not losing it? She's supposed to demand answers. Side character is off-script. What is she planning? I ignored it, leaving the bathroom. I'm going to be late, he called after me, grabbing my arm. I knew he expected me to clean it for him. But why should I deal with another woman's mess? Then you should hurry, I said, closing the bedroom door and calmly starting to pack my suitcase. Asher and I met during our freshman year. He was student body president, I was the top incoming student, and we were paired to co-host the orientation ceremony. I wasn't looking for a relationship, but he pursued me relentlessly. He wrote me letters morning and night, delivered home-cooked meals, and somehow acquired anything I glanced at in store windows. When upperclassmen bullied me, he was always first to step in. Everyone said we were perfect together. Eventually, I gave in and agreed to date him after months of his persistence. The first time I heard about his best friend was the night I said yes. During a movie, his phone buzzed constantly. "It's just my best bro," he whispered, probably calling to congratulate me. He spent the whole film on the call. When the movie ended, I followed him outside to get fresh air and saw him standing under a streetlight, mosquitoes biting at his arms. A cheerful female voice rang from the phone. "Step closer to the light. I can't see you. Finally in a relationship and you'll forget your best friend? We haven't talked in months." It hit me his best bro was a girl. I stared at him. He pouted. "Don't start. It's my first day in a relationship. You've been dating for 6 months. Looking back, it was clear then. His fairy tale romance was partly a game, partly jealousy, aimed at competing with his best friend. 7 years later, we were supposed to have our engagement party in a week. We'd been together through college and my master's program, long distance for a year, and he proposed 3 months ago. I had said yes, without hesitation. Now I regretted it. The apartment was meant to be our marital home. His family had paid for it, my family for the renovations. As I packed, I tried to figure out how to get my family's money back. Mental commentary kept scrolling. Is she leaving him? Stop messing with the story. Just as I zipped my suitcase, Asher appeared with a brand new razor. He saw my packed bags and frowned. "You're just going back to campus for your thesis, right? Why are you packing so much?" "Oh, right. She has her defense." LOL. We thought she was breaking up. I ignored both the comments and Asher, carefully tucking my ID and passport into my bag. He grabbed my hand. "We need to talk."
His phone rang.
He glanced at it, frowning. "I might work late, but I'll still take you to the train station. Wait for me at home." I thought he was going to work. That evening, a text from the train app arrived. "Your ticket has been successfully changed." I leapt to my feet, my hand slipping from the suitcase handle. It fell to the floor with a loud clatter, scattering my thoughts like broken glass. My thesis defense was tomorrow. I had deliberately booked an evening train so Asher could take me after work. Now, the ticket had been moved to the earliest train the following morning. That meant I would have to dash straight from the station to campus, and any delay could make me miss it entirely. How had this happened? A system error? A weather delay? I called the ticket app's customer service immediately. As soon as I was connected, the mental commentary started. OMG, she actually thinks it was weather? Wait until she finds out he did this. Classic. Our independent queen shows a moment of weakness, and the male lead swoops in. Totally her fault for being in the way of true love. A chill ran down my spine. Asher had changed the ticket for Sienna, his best friend, who was upset after losing her job. My hand trembled as I dialed his number. Asher, I said, trying to keep my voice steady. Why did you change my ticket? He sighed. Sienna got fired. She's really shaken up. He went on, you know how she gets. Stress eating is her coping mechanism, but she just had a stomach ulcer. I couldn't just leave her alone. It hit me. So, when you rushed out this morning, you weren't going to work. You were going to be with her. Sienna's voice cut in, hoarse but calm. It's not his fault, Chloe. I told him I'd be fine. He's always overprotective. Even my mental commentators were annoyed. This girlfriend is so irritating, interrupting their moment. They were about to confess, and she ruins it. Bet she's about to throw a fit. Classic. Asher's frustrations seeped through the phone. Chloe, I promise you won't miss your defense. You don't have to. I get it, I said flatly, cutting him off. Then I hung up. I immediately booked a cab and went to the station, changing my ticket back to the original departure. The mental commentary was relentless. Wait, what's she doing? Manipulative much? She's playing the victim now. Not everyone is the main character. Does she really think this will get him to notice? She's wasting a ticket. I ignored it. As I approached the platform, my phone buzzed with a message from Asher. You changed it back? Sienna is worried about you. She even offered to go with me to see you off. We agreed, remember? Never go to bed angry. The train arrived, shoving me into the throng of passengers. I ignored the flashing comments and calmly found my seat. As the train pulled away, I typed a reply. Don't bother, Asher. We're breaking up. Asher's call came immediately. I almost declined, but then remembered the apartment renovations issue. Chloe, what is the meaning of this? He demanded, voice tight with anger. Breaking up over a ticket change? He went on about the engagement party in a week, the impact on our families, and how unreasonable I was being. I can handle your usual tantrums, but this is serious. A cheerful voice interrupted. Chloe isn't your servant, Asher. Calm down, said Sienna, clearly taking the phone from him. This is on you, not her. She continued, your thesis defense is important. I've already given him a piece of my mind. We're on our way to the station. He'll apologize in person. I could hear Asher muttering in frustration, while Sienna's sharp, playful voice dominated the conversation. Their easy banter made the truth undeniable. She had a bond with him that I had never shared. I leaned back in my business class seat, ordering dinner, as Asher's heavy breathing filled the phone line. After a long silence, he finally spoke. I'm almost there. Which platform are you on? This was typical. In every past dispute involving Sienna, it ended this way. He gave in, I forgave him. I used to think it was love. Now, staring at the mental commentary, I realized the truth. He wasn't giving in for me. He was giving in because I was a placeholder. Sienna was the one he truly wanted, but he couldn't have her. So he was stuck with me. Why? The question echoed through my mind, a wave of anger rising in me. I wanted to shout, to demand why I was always the second choice. My grip on my phone tightened until my knuckles were white. But just as I prepared to unleash my fury, a sharp shriek cut through. Ouch. The call ended abruptly, and the mental chat exploded. OMG, the bestie is hurt. I knew he loved her. She twisted her ankle, and he's already panicking, rushing her to the hospital. Poor thing. Clumsy as ever, and he's totally worried. My anger felt absurd. Getting worked up over a man who didn't deserve it was pointless. I closed my eyes, shutting out the endless praise for Sienna. 2 hours later, I was back on campus. Midnight had arrived by the time I reviewed my presentation one last time. A single text finally came through. Sienna got hurt. Had to take her to the hospital. Stay at a hotel nearby tonight. New tickets booked. I'll bring you back to campus tomorrow. I ignored it, blocking his number. My thesis defense went flawlessly. Applause rang in my ears as I bowed, letting out a long, relieved breath. My advisor regarded me with a hint of regret. Chloe, it's a shame you're moving to Chicago. I've got a great opportunity here, I replied, then hesitated. Professor, what if I decided to stay? Would the opportunity still be available? After securing the position, I deliberately erased Asher from my mind. I rented a new apartment near work, got the haircut I had always wanted, and filled my closet with comfortable, practical clothes, tossing all the dresses he had bought. Heartbreak never came. Life was too busy for that. The only time he crossed my mind was when I was furnishing my new apartment. My previous one had been empty, and I needed furniture, but I didn't want to ask my parents. So I focused on the apartment we had shared, recording a video and selling everything through a secondhand marketplace. A newlywed couple fell in love with the style and bought the entire set. Once the sale was complete, I unblocked Asher. Comments erupted immediately. LOL, she's not done with him yet. Does she really think blocking him will make him chase her? The bestie's ankle was sprained, and he's been caring for her this whole time. He doesn't even know she's been playing all this drama herself. So Sienna had been staying at our apartment. No wonder he hadn't had time for me. I looked away. Their mocking words meant nothing. Like Asher, they would soon be gone. I arrived in Chicago at 6 in the evening. Asher didn't answer, so I texted him. I'm in town. Apartment's ready. Come over after work. We need to talk. When I tried the keypad, it beeped error. The code had been changed. Asher appeared shortly after, holding a birthday cake, sweating, and clearly uncomfortable. Sienna's not good with numbers, he muttered. Her ankle was sprained, parents out of town, so I let her stay here. I changed the code to something she could remember. It's fine, I said coolly. No explanation needed. He hesitated, entered the new code, and the door clicked open. Sienna ran out, wearing just a tank top and underwear. Asher, took you long enough. We're out of body wash, and I'm freezing. He looked flustered. Isn't there another bottle? I let my gaze drift over her slowly, a faint, calculated smile on my lips. You're certainly not shy, Ms. Williams. She quickly grabbed a shirt. Sorry, Chloe. Just used to it. You know, I said, Asher and I grew up together. Baths, sleepovers, we've seen it all. Doesn't bother me. Don't worry, she added, winking. Our friendship is strictly platonic. Same bed, nothing happens. Asher flinched. His eyes dimmed for a moment. I glanced at the master bedroom. Pink sheets he hated, his glasses case on one nightstand, Sienna's eye cream on the other. I raised an eyebrow. So, you two have been having a lot of talks, huh? Sienna followed my gaze and blushed. Don't get the wrong idea. I just like big beds. Asher gave me the master. She lowered her voice, challenging me. We passed out after drinking last night. Hundreds of times. Nothing happens. I smiled. All that practice, and still nothing? You might need some lessons, Ms. Williams. Shock, disbelief, then cold anger crossed her face. I respect you as his fiancé, but you can't insult me like that. She softened her tone. You're right. I've overstayed. This is your home. Grabbing her crutches, she headed for the door. You two talk. Don't fight. The comments erupted. This girlfriend is ruthless. The bestie is still the bigger person. I watched Asher rush to her side. Where are you going? You're stuck out here, parents gone, no job. We're best friends. You can stay here as long as you need, he said, then turned to me. Chloe, stop being so unreasonable. She's just injured. I laughed coldly. She can stay as long as she wants. Rest of her life, if she likes. After all, it's your house, Asher. My opinion doesn't matter. I opened a message from the moving company outside and let them in. But the furniture is mine, I said, waving dismissively. You can't touch it. Take everything, I told the movers. Leave it empty. Here we go. The girlfriend is about to drop the bomb and threaten a breakup again. All this furniture business? Just for show. Bet it's not leaving the building. Can't wait to see her get put in her place. But Asher's expression stole the show. He and Sienna froze, their faces blank with disbelief. Chloe, what's going on? Asher stammered. You picked this furniture yourself. You don't like it anymore? He frowned. I know your family paid for it, but you can't just throw it out. Why are you? The furniture is fine, I interrupted, but it's been tainted by certain people. It disgusts me. His face went pale. What do you mean? Sienna stayed a few days. Show. I held up a finger. I'm not just talking about her. I'm talking about you, you two-timing scumbag. I had reached my limit. My family paid for this furniture, I said, voice cold. Since we're done, it's only fair I take it back. And the renovations? I ticked off my fingers. If you want to turn this into your love nest with Sienna, it'll cost $20,000. Wire it to my account. If not, I'll have it all dismantled. I stepped aside, letting the movers through, meeting Asher's stunned gaze. He looked drained, frozen. After a long silence, he finally whispered, "Chloe, are you serious?" I nodded. As serious as it gets. And since I'm feeling generous, I added, "You two lovebirds should just get married and spare the world the drama." With that, I walked out of the apartment that had held my dreams. The weight crushing my chest was gone. I was free. Even the mental commentary had changed tone. She did one good thing before leaving. OTP time. Don't forget how she treated our girl, though. Finally, they're together. No more just friends, it's happening. I walked to the elevator and pressed the button. It dinged open, and a hand grabbed me in a fierce embrace. It was Asher, cedar-scented and tense. "Chloe, don't joke," he whispered. "Our engagement party is in 2 days. Where are you going?" Over his shoulder, Sienna stood in the doorway, pale, like she couldn't believe what she was seeing. She clearly hadn't expected Asher to chase me instead of comforting her. The comments scrolled in disbelief. What is happening? Why isn't he consoling our girl? Seriously, is he doing the classic chase the ex thing? Strong female-led? More like sappy romance. Asher held me so tightly I could barely breathe. I pushed him back and he stumbled, then ran back inside and returned with a birthday cake. "Chloe, happy birthday," he said, offering it to me. I had forgotten entirely. But he remembered. Wait, cake wasn't for the girlfriend? He knew she was coming and bought it ahead of time. Accidental romance, novel alert. Asher's knuckles whitened on the ribbon. "Chloe, I don't agree with this breakup." I took the cake and, letting any hope in his eyes die, tossed it in the trash. Soft thud. End of any chance of reconciliation. That night, a string of messages arrived from Asher. "Chloe, I know you're still angry. Engagement party in 2 days. Take time to think. Sienna and I are just friends. Nothing happened. If it bothers you, I can slowly cut contact after we marry. You're the most important person to me." Words I had once longed to hear. But now I didn't care. Too late. The day I started my new job coincided with the day our engagement party was supposed to happen. I had told my parents so they hadn't shown. I'd blocked Asher, but forgotten his parents. His mother called just as I finished orientation. "Chloe, how could you be late to your own engagement party? And your parents? No respect. Why would I trust Asher if your family behaves this way?" I asked innocently. "You have 1 hour." Feigning shock, I replied, "Mrs. Miller, Asher, and I already broke up. I already told my parents. So they wouldn't be embarrassed attending a canceled party." "Didn't Asher tell you?" The line went silent. I hung up and blocked her number. By 8 o'clock, I was leaving the office. The city streets were buzzing with lights and traffic. And there he was, Asher, looking disheveled in the wrinkled suit we had chosen together. He strode up to me, exhaustion etched into every line of his face. "Chloe, you really didn't come." I let out a tired sigh. "Asher, are you still treating this like a joke?" He shook his head. "I'm not. But we need to talk." I met his gaze. "Asher, we're done." His hand found my arm, cold and clammy despite the warm September air. He opened his mouth, but no words emerged. "Anything else?" I asked, patience thinning. "I just finished work, I'm tired. I'm going home." He hesitated, then finally blurted out, "I don't want this breakup." His voice trembled, loaded with years of unspoken emotion. "I was ready to spend my life with you," he admitted. "Sienna, she's just a friend. Nothing else ever happened. If it bothers you, I'll cut all contact with her." A flicker of hope appeared in his eyes, but he didn't understand. In our time apart, I had realized something crucial. There's no one you can't move on from, no person you can't live without. I pulled my arm free. "Asher, we're broken up. And I don't want you trying to reach me again." He followed me home, silent and lingering in the shadows. Once inside, I closed the curtains, shutting him out completely. The mental commentary returned. She's being manipulative. If she had just followed the script, he'd realize the bestie was perfect. This isn't a strong female lead story, it's a sappy romance. Poor bestie. She's injured and alone. The girlfriend just walks away and ruins everything. I laughed, a sharp, bitter sound. The victim? I muttered. What's so tragic about Sienna? I scrolled through the comments with disdain. What kind of strong female lead steals razors to shave her best friend's bikini line, moves into his apartment, and sleeps in his bed while he has a fiancé? How morally bankrupt do you have to be to call that heroic? The comments erupted. WTF, she can see us? Plot's off the rails. Even if she knows everything, she's not in the wrong. Yes, the girlfriend is a total badass for dumping the cheater. He's the villain, stringing along his fiancée while leaning on the best friend. And then the comment section vanished. 6 months later, I was in Chicago for a business trip. Passing a wedding venue, I glimpsed familiar faces, Asher and Sienna. They had really ended up together. His eyes caught mine. Chloe, is that you? I smiled lightly. Congratulations on your wedding. He froze. Sienna was in a wheelchair, her face twisted, one side drooping. She pointed at me, muttering incoherently, drool tracing her chin. I turned to Asher. Your wife. Embarrassment, regret, and sadness washed over his face. He tossed her a tissue. What are you doing? You're embarrassing me. Sienna clutched his sleeve, making him stumble. I cleared my throat. Well, I won't keep you. I should go. Chloe, he called, desperation in his voice. I smiled lightly. I wish you both the best. You're locked in for life. He understood. A cheater and a homewrecker. They belonged together, and far away from anyone else.